Really is a dream come true. Congratulations. I haven't taken that ring off. It's the find of all finds in all my years hosting jewelry and traveling the world with our buyers. There's never had the opportunity. I've seen paparazzi in a museum once behind closed glass, but never, ever had the chance to wear a paparazzi, present a paparazzi in all my years here. And John, who's been in the industry, gemstone industry, was mentioning, you know, close to 40 years, never had the chance to do a direct buy. So very excited about that. We're scooting on, and we have our 14 karat gold classics. And Gem Source, that's what we want to do. We want to be able to bring to you exotic and rare. We want to bring to you, you know what, those beautiful, most sought after, everyday looks, but in 14 karat gold. So what better than beautiful gemstone stud earrings in solitaires in our most popular colored gemstones set in 14 karat gold. So we're going to start down here. How about that? Now they're calling this particular choice, this is your garnet. And I'm telling you, I almost confuse it as like a rhodolite. There's so much cranberry in there. It's a Mozambique. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So the very best area in the world providing the finest, most beautiful colored garnets is what we're looking at in that 14 karat garnet. It's a perfect size. You know what? You're absolutely right. Anywhere from about almost 2.5 carats on up. So in fact, that garnet is 3 carats. It's 1/4 of an inch by 1/4 of an inch. So garnet, look at this white topaz. Tell me they don't look like a carat each of brilliant round diamonds, beautifully faceted. Wow, that's your white topaz. Premium. Look at the color of that gorgeous amethyst. Wow, and I'll put that up, look, right next to that African amethyst that we just had a little bit ago. And you can see, this is what Gem Source is about, bringing to you really the elite of the elite. And then lastly, if I was a guessing person and I were to see these citrine earrings in retail, I would say, you know what, these are Madeira citrine. Absolutely. They're Brazilian, but they have so much orange and fiery yellow, I would have sworn that's what they are. They're really, really, really deep, gorgeous, premium, consistent, that color throughout, like the best of the best in the citrine world. And we're gonna have some fun. 5 flex pays today only, up until midnight. That's why I encourage you, please shop gemstorecehsn.com as you're shopping along with us tonight, because we have so many great specials and special opportunities with flex pay up until midnight. Lots of fabulous customer appreciation, event pricing, like this as we're showcasing right here, the perfect stud earring in 14 karat gold at the wonderful value at $104.90 and 5 flex pays. That's fun. $20.98 with your shipping is gonna be your first monthly payment. We'll ship these right to your home in the next couple of days. How great is that? In 14 karat gold. So anywhere from 2.5 up to 4 carats, they're all the same size. Carat weights will vary depending on the nature of the gemstone. Really what it comes down to is the hardness and the density of the gemstone. So you have 2.4 carats in the amethyst and citrine. And then you have, yes, they are African amethyst. Yes, I had a feeling. 2.8 carats blue topaz sold out, sorry. White topaz, almost 3 carats, and then 3 carats in your gorgeous garnet. 14 karat gold, many of us can only wear earrings that are set in 14 karat gold. And unfortunately, this is not a look that is always attainable in precious metals, in natural gemstones, as far as, you know, the price point goes, even at $200 what these appraised for. So to be able to offer them at a special event price and 5 flex pays, and they're a classic. They're just, if you have your ears pierced twice, maybe you wear gold hoops and you love just a colored, gorgeous stud earring. I love that look to wear in your second hole or in the first hole. You like to wear the 2 studs together. You need the 14 karat gold. We got it for you here. Don't have to break the bank. Most difficult decision is which gemstone do you go with? So garnet, We have the citrine. We have that gorgeous African amethyst, white topaz, can't get over those. All still available for you in a beautiful prong setting there. 582470 is the item number.